throw this video up. This was something that we had talked about yesterday. The food commodities.
It's a beautiful video.
This is a really nice video. It was cooked up. I'm gonna play it on my end too. Okay, let's sync it. This is a video that was released yesterday afternoon, and where's it at? Over here, buddy.
Yeah, so yesterday morning, we had John Fernandez on the show because they had just launched, I guess, their new site for the emergency food distribution program.
Right.
Because as many of you know, when they launched it last week in PD, it was crazy. There was so many people. That's the unfortunate thing, that there's so many people who are hungry and waiting in line for hours, and it caused such traffic congestion that DOE work with, I think, Pacific Unlimited, Matson, and they reached out to employees over at, I think, Department of Public Works and the Port Authority to help out, and they launched a new site yesterday at Upper Teason.
Right.
And it started at 6, but we got the word from Adelup at 5:30,
right,
that there was they reached their maximum capacity of cars,
which was 2,000 food bags were given out. So can you imagine 2,000 people lining up to get a bag of food 3 hours before the distribution even starts? I mean, the need was so great that before they even gave away a single bag, they had to turn away all kinds of people because people are struggling, people are hungry.
And this is also a program that the Guam Department of Education has been doing for years.
Right. And so I called it. When we saw the governor, they showed up, saw the cameraman. I was like, oh, well, they're going to do one of these commercials. And so we're going to just play it for you guys. We'll talk about it and discuss our thoughts on it. So again, this is the latest campaign commercial. It's not really a campaign commercial. It just looks like one. On
COVID commercial.
COVID commercial.
This is a part of the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and it always has been in existence. But it's only provided to those that are of low income or under SNAP, WIC, TANF, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. Today, this is one of our sites that we're mobilizing. We usually are down at Speedy, that's our regular distribution site, but now we're having to go out to the central and the north. So the commodities, they come from trade mitigation from USDA. We also have entitlement dollars to actually order these food. So today we have rice, there's tomato sauce, there's orange juice, there's canned beans, there is a can of beef, pork, salmon. Those are all a part of the different commodities that we have here. This is important because this is part of COVID-19, and we know that everyone out there, the stores are kind of scarce with a lot of food, so everyone is in need. Through the disaster household distribution, all you need is, it's open to all, so we're looking at their ID and then and asking them what village they're from. The team we have is part of GDOE's food service staff. We have the Child Nutrition Program staff, state staff, and then we also have DPW staff that has helped us tremendously. I want to thank each and every one of them. I want to acknowledge Jesse Garcia, Dominic Munya for helping us throughout this whole entire thing, the governor, and then of course our superintendent of education, John Fernandez.
I like that music.
I do too. By the way, where was John Fernandez? I didn't see him in that video.
I saw the governor a few times. Yeah, where was John Fernandez? He was there, though, because remember he told us yesterday he was there. I just think that this is just, I mean, come on. You're going to take credit for this. You're going to try and steal DOE's thunder. I mean, GDOE has been giving out meals with the grab and go since the start of COVID. They have been busting
ever since.
They've been busting their ass, and for you to show up randomly one day with your cameraman, and then we're going to get a little video where you just look like the hero. It is what it is. I'm just going to say it is what it is. And I called it yesterday. I said, watch, they're going to come out with a video. But, I mean, it's a little tone deaf to me because what do we have here?
We're showing people who are hungry waiting in line for food.
Right. And you're trying to spin that into some kind of like, hey, look at all these people lining up for food, man. Isn't that great? We got orange juice. We got salmon. I mean, you know, these people are hurting. And the commercial says nothing about all the people who were turned away. And it's just kind of self-serving. I know the governor's office did it. Yeah. And that's what I got to kind of laugh about is GDOE's been busting their butt since the beginning. I mean, John Fernandez has worked hard to ensure that we have the ability to feed people even when there's no school.
Yep.
I mean, he has like been on the phone to Zoom with the feds.
Trying to figure out school,
right.
Distance learning,
of course.
the grab and go.
Right.
I mean, we could go on and on.
We can, and I want to.
And I don't even think I've seen him once at a press conference at Adelup, or even a shout out for him being a COVID hero.
I mean, God, name GDOE. You're going to name Iglesias and Cristo COVID heroes? Like they spread the virus. What are you thinking? Yeah, and I just knew it that once the politics got involved with it. I mean, it's unfortunate. That's what happened. It's like you turned it all political, and this is a federal program. And it's a federal program that I remember we had John on the show, and he was talking about, I want to get these commodities out because we have these commodities.
These are all federal programs.
Yeah, and that's the kind of the thing is when I was thinking about it, I went on a beach walk run last night, and I was really thinking, man, why do I have a problem with the governor and the administration taking credit for all of the federal money, the Ajuda Programan sa lapi para Benelas Dago ni Tauto? That is federal money. What is the other one? The GDOE one?
Small business one.
Small business, impossible to get loan program?
Yeah. The PPP.
That's all.
The EIDL.
The PPP, the EIDL. And if you go on the governor's Facebook, she has all these videos from these business owners who got the PPP that has nothing to do with Adelup at all. You don't go to Adelup to fill out an application. You don't go to a government of Guam agency. You go to SBA.
The unemployment that's coming out.
Right. Yeah, the unemployment's federal, and Lord knows that's got some issues. So I think the problem that I have with it is now we're trying to like get our picture taken with, all this federal stuff that's happening. But when we didn't have the federal and the media was asking the administration, what are you going to do in the meantime to bridge the gap for our people? What are you going to do while we're in this desert waiting for the stimulus, waiting for the unemployment? And the answer was, hang in there. Hang in there. Go apply for the local assistance is the federally funded SNAP benefits. Like they kept saying that. Like that's not a local assistance, it's a federal program. Well, that's just the problem I had with it. It's like when we asked, what are you going to do for your people now? The answer was nothing. That's hang in there, guys. You all right? Or hang in there. But now that, we have all this federal money that it's like now we want to shine. And not only that, but I mean, God, if you're going to do a video like that, maybe make it less self-serving. What was the purpose of that video? Was it educational? Yeah, it told us a little bit about the program. Did it tell you where you can go get these commodities? No, it didn't. Did it tell you what days you can get them? No, it didn't. It should have. If I'm going to do a video like that, Bree, I'm going to go all out. And I'm going to put in the graphics like this is our commodities. This is what you get. This is where we are on Friday. This is where we are on Monday. This is how you can get it. This is how we advise you show up early to get it. Like if you're going to put out an informational, educational video, that's, of course.
And to your point, Chris, I don't think they could use the excuse of, we didn't have the budget to produce the video for, you were just commenting on the missing text because that was a very well produced clip.
Oh, they got
It was shot beautifully, and it was edited very. And we know a thing or two about editing video. So I mean, it should have had some sort of tech support.
But really, good job to GDOE throughout this whole thing. I mean, and they're going to be working over the summer. with the grab and go meals program, and I believe even this emergency disaster food distribution program, which, by the way, continues tomorrow at the upper Teason baseball field, and at the Dedo, I have it here, the Dedo Farmers Market, I think. Let me just make sure that's correct.
Yeah, the farmers market.
You're sure? Yes, it's the Dedo
Yeah.
Farmers Market. Again, this is tomorrow, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. or 10 a.m., 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. But I think it was yesterday when John, did he say that they were waiting like 3 hours before it even opened?
Right. Yeah.
You know what?
We heard from people who showed up at 3 a.m. Some of them got the bags, others were turned away.
You know what really kills me, guys, is
And it's 2,000. I'm sorry, 2,000
Yeah.
first come, first serve.
Right. Yeah.
is with both of you being parents, and I am not. There's still that emotional part about like, okay, you're trying to provide for your family, so let's like, you wake up the kids super early. Everybody get in the car. I know, we're hurting, we're hungry and everything like that. We're gonna go line up. It's probably gonna be for a very long time, and you go there, and then for whatever reason, you're not able to get like the meal, and then your kids are in the back of the car saying, "Daddy, I thought we were gonna eat." And you got no other choice but just to
Yeah,
go
that-
home.
when-
And,
as a
and you're
parent-
embarrassed in the face of your children.
That's when you cry.
Yeah.
As a parent,
You're
that's when you
frustrated.
cry.
Yeah. And again, I'm not a parent, but I can only imagine, the emotional gravity of what that's got to be like being,
Wow,
the
that-
figurehead for your family and trying to, explain to your little ones. We tried to make it happen. It didn't work out. I mean, I cannot imagine what that drive home must have been like for so many people.
And there's so many people that are feeling that way. I mean, we heard it from the Salvation Army, who said they've seen an increase, people they've never seen before. Catholic Social Services, the same story. And just by seeing the sheer number of people in these lines,
I mean, I don't know how the governor
It is
didn't.
heartbreaking.
I feel like it should have been a wake-up call for her. I feel like seeing that and seeing the number of people were turned away. I don't know. I would have rolled into that press conference like, our people, we're going to do this CARES Act. Let's do a mass feeding. Let's buy some food. Let's do this. Let's do that. Instead, we get this. It was the best food distribution ever because the governor was there. And then I want to go back to the video, right? So, what's crazy is like at the start of the COVID, they hired this guy who has a video company, and now he works for us making videos and doing whatever. But I just kind of thought it didn't sit well with me knowing that there are people lining up to get these bags of food being videoed by a guy who's probably making 2-3 times what they're making, if they're even making anything, because so many people have been laid off. And then I kind of thought, like, is that really an essential employee? The guy who shoots propaganda videos for you, he's essential? I guess so. Yeah, I was frustrated because I felt like GDOE has worked so hard, and here, it's like you ever had that one cousin who doesn't do anything, and then they show up, and when all the elders are around, they're like, "Oh yeah, I did this, I did that, huh?" Like, you just got here. You didn't even help set up the canopy, and you're taking all the credit? Yeah, it is what it is, though. 9:27. Hey, we got John on the line here. He has a comment. We're talking about local assistance, John. So